In this evening's KX Conversation, of course, the fall time is a busy time for families and kids, but there are some other events that you should mark on your calendar, talking about One Faith and Fellowship, and talking now, joining me from the Kenmare Ministerial Association, talking about one event they are planning. Joining me now is Heather Thompson and Pastor Chris Fall. Both of you, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So, Heather, I guess to start with, tell me about the idea, where this came from as far as trying to put this together.
Well, every year, well, this is our second year, so we're trying to do it annually. The Ministerial Association, in cooperation with the high school, we try to get together and bring awareness to, I guess, difficult topics. Last year we did suicide. So this year, we are bringing awareness to substance abuse. So we actually booked Chris Herron. He was a professional basketball player who got addicted to opiates after a surgery, which is a pretty common story these days. So he's coming all the way from Massachusetts to do two different speaker presentations. One of them is just for students in the afternoon, and then there's an evening one for the whole community with a meal.
Oftentimes, you talk about people and families in a small town where they feel a little bit sheltered, a little bit isolated from some of these problems. They may think of this and assume it's only an issue in bigger cities, but what kind of point do you hope to drive home to people that not only can this be happening in your backyard, but it might be happening more often than you think?
Well, drug addiction is nothing that anybody wants to mess with, right? And it can happen just as easily to someone in a small town as it does in a larger city like Minneapolis or Chicago. And so, especially when it comes to something where a sports-related injury ends up on a medication and then just can't seem to get off of that, or turns to something as a stronger substance. And so we have a lot of athletes here in Kenmare at the high school and throughout the communities around the surrounding areas. And we know that things happen. Kids get hurt and need to have painkillers and different things. And then there's always just drugs and alcohol that are around as well. So.
Yes. And I think, so our superintendent at our high school, excuse me, she was the one that found this speaker in particular. And I think that's part of what makes it really important to our community. Any given day you could walk up to our school and I would say there's two kids on crutches, whether it's a volleyball injury, football, basketball, track, what have you. And for me, honestly, a lot of people, or what I've always thought, is when you get somebody like a pro athlete, stuff like that, you just assume they have the willpower and the strength to put it down when you're done with it. And Chris Herron is proof that not everybody has that, and that it could happen to everybody, anybody, and that's what we want to bring awareness to. Or that's my biggest issue, is how quickly it can go from, well, it's never planned. Nobody wakes up and thinks, I'd like to destroy my life today. So it's really important for kids and anybody to see where it starts.
It's a powerful and eye-opening message that you really are hoping to share with people. For anyone hoping to make plans to be in the room when this is happening, what do they need to know as far as when this is coming up?
So there's going to be two different presentations on September the 4th, Wednesday. And so there's going to be for the students at 1 p.m. And other towns from around the area are also coming. And if there's any towns that maybe have not heard about this that would like to be part of it, you're more than welcome to join in this event here in Kenmare. But that'll be at 1 p.m. at the school for our students. And then at 5:30 on that night, we're going to be hosting a free meal for anyone who comes. And then at 6:30, that second one will air for anyone in the community and any families that come.
Heather and Chris, I want to thank you guys both so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you very much.